Are we excited to see these pitches go down? So am I. Yes, I love the energy that's still left. That's beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Today's my birthday, just in case you guys didn't know. All right, so let's get into this because obviously some of you guys have seen some amazing pitches happen throughout the day with VC Corner if you guys are part of TCX Fellows. If not, you guys are going to get that experience now. And so first and foremost, before I jump into that, I want to make sure that I bring somebody very, very special to the stage. So Prudential has joined us in highlighting these special talents. At the end of the competition, Prudential will announce the winner and present the grand prize to the winner of the competition. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our host of the TCX Pitch, the Vice President, IT Talent Management for Prudential's Global Business Technology Solutions, Ignacy Connick.
Louisiana. Murder on the beat.
Thank you, Sequoia. Good afternoon, everyone. As Sequoia said, my name is Ignacy Connick, and I'm Vice President of IT Talent Management for Prudential's Global Business and Technology Solutions Group. In my role, I'm vigilant about recruiting and developing top diverse talent in tech and innovation. And that's why I'm excited that Prudential is here at Black Enterprise Tech Connect, and even more excited to be part of today's pitch competition. Prudential was founded more than 140 years ago with a social purpose to provide life insurance to working families. Today, we carry the same principle of our founders as we put money and people to work to help put financial security within reach of all Americans, especially within communities that have not historically been a focus of large companies in our industry. When most people think about Prudential, innovation and technology may not be among the first things that come to mind, but it is for us. Both are critical to our business, especially in this rapidly changing, highly technical, always-on, digital-first culture. You know, like we do, that in addition to simplified solutions at the right price, today's consumer wants a seamless experience that fits into their life and, whenever possible, into the palm of their hands. Our industry is changing rapidly. We are evolving our work to educate more consumers on financial literacy and the benefits of saving as big components of financial wellness. Combine that with the staggering pace of technological change that's fueling the fintech industry, and the possibilities are endless. But we need the talent. We need to encourage inclusive innovation and diversity in STEM through programs like Grace Hopper, Girls Who Code, and BE Tech Connects. That's why today's pitch competition is so important. Companies like ours are looking for the next disruption, the next big innovation, the next big thing to propel the world of fintech. I don't doubt that we'll find that in this room, full of smart, innovative, entrepreneurial, and a little geeky, which we define as organized, efficient, and focused. We are thrilled to partner with Black Enterprise again to build the next generation of diverse IT leaders. We can't wait to hear your best and brightest ideas today, and we are really looking forward to awarding a $10,000 prize to today's winner. Let me wish good luck to all of the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Ignacy, and thank you to Prudential for partnering with Black Enterprise once again. So now let's meet our judges. First, I am pleased to introduce Jim Levine, Vice President of System Development for Prudential. Jim is a senior technology and product operations executive with 20-plus years experience architecting, designing, developing, and deploying global mission-critical, high-volume, complex systems in North America and around the world. Please welcome Jim. Next is Christopher McLemore. Chris is the Oakland Startup Network Programming Manager at Kapor Center. His focus is to build community, both and identify and access early-stage tech startups from idea to pre-seed. Please welcome Chris. And completing our judges panel is Rashawn Williams, a general partner in the MVP All-Star Fund, a late-stage tech fund. Rashawn conducted our Pitch Perfect workshop yesterday and was later recognized as Investor of the Year. Please welcome Rashawn Williams. All right, so our contestants are sitting down there, standing by, and just giving you guys kind of an overview of what the rules are. So they already know this, but I'm going to reiterate this. There will be no PowerPoint presentations. There will be no products given, so don't be over at the judges' table trying to bribe them. And there will be nothing that will be on display. So if you guys have any mascots or any of that type of stuff, leave it behind, all right? So it's just you and your pitch. So guys, when I crafted this, because my brain is creative, I thought that I would do this like The Four, because I watched The Four and I think it's great. So what's gonna happen is our contestants are gonna come up, they're gonna pitch, they're gonna get a 2-minute pitch. After that 2-minute pitch, they are going to get judges' feedback. The judges will then give them feedback and they will sit in each of these chairs. Then they will have challengers come up, challenge them, and then whoever out of that challenge will get voted on the Bizzabo app. So do you guys raise your hand if you have the Bizzabo app in the room. Okay, if you don't have the Bizzabo app, please download the Bizzabo app. When you get into the Bizzabo app, you wanna go down to Agenda, then you're gonna click on TCX Pitch. And then while you're in TCX Pitch, you're gonna scroll down. It's gonna say take poll. She has a straight question. Go ahead. What's your question? Yes, Bizzabo. Okay, so you're gonna say take poll, and then there is where you're gonna vote to determine who will stay up for the competition, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so now let's meet our competitors. You guys ready? Let's do it. All right. Founder number one, Ade Asan. Ade Asan. I did this 30 times yesterday, and now I cannot pronounce it. So founder number one is the co-founder of Moving Analytics, and telehealth company dedicated to helping people thrive after heart disease. Pronounce your last name for me.
So it's Adesoya.
I would never have gotten that. Please welcome Ade. All right. So you're gonna go ahead and go to the middle.
Okay, do you have a mic?
Yeah, let me grab the judges for a second. We'll get them a new one.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm starting my pitch.
Hold on for 1 second, because they're gonna start the clock.
So by show of hands,
Hold on 1 second. I didn't tell you to go.
I'm ready.
He's so anxious. All right. Okay, Genevieve, can you restart the clock for me, please? 2 minutes. And start.
All right. So by show of hands, how many people here know someone who suffered from heart disease? Now, what if I told you that there was a magic wand that could help them live 5 years longer? Would you be interested? My company, Moving Analytics, has developed a digital cardiac rehab program that helps people after a heart attack to recover at home. And the way it works is we pair the patient through an app with the telehealth nurse. The patients get a kit that has different devices to monitor their cardiovascular health, and they get weekly coaching from the nurse for 12 weeks. And the goal of the coaching is to help the patients understand what are the triggers for heart disease and then help them change their behavior so they don't get a second heart attack. So our program was developed in partnership with Stanford Medicine, and it's based on 20 years of research. Our business model is a license where we license our technology and our services to the hospital, and we charge them between $300 a patient and $1,000 a patient. We've been on the market for 2 years. We are currently in 28 health systems, including the VA in San Francisco and Palo Alto, and we have contracts for more than 4,000 patients. My team consists of clinicians from Stanford Medicine, Kaiser Permanente, engineers from Microsoft, and I lead all our sales and business development. So I want you to think about 5 years and what that means to you, and that's what we're fighting for at Moving Analytics. Thank you.
Awesome. So he didn't even need his full 2 minutes. Okay, judges, feedback, please. And go ahead, you guys have 2 minutes of feedback.
Good job. I'd be interested in knowing who your competitors are in the market currently. Your competitors.
Use your mic. Use your mic. Isn't it on the chair?
So the main competitor we're challenging is the cardiac rehab programs that are brick and mortar facilities. They're like physical therapy, and that's the market that we're trying to disrupt. There are about 3,000 cardiac rehab centers in the market, but the challenge is that they're not close enough to people's home or work, so only 15% of patients in the country do cardiac rehab after a heart attack. And so we're taking that model and we're taking it virtual and online, and so that's the market that we're targeting. Now, there are other technology competitors and other companies that have apps like Wellframe, and there's a list of them, but we're the only company that's focused on cardiac rehab and cardiovascular disease in particular, and we provide both the technology and the services to help the hospital manage its patients post-discharge.
Can you tell me a little bit about your profit model?
Yeah, so we have two business models. We have a model where we license our technology to the hospital, and the hospital uses their own staff to manage the patients. So in that model, we charge them $300 a patient, and it costs us about $100 to support them per patient. So that's unit economics. Now, we have a second business model that's a full stack service where we have our own nurses, and we sell that at $1,000 to the hospital. And the total cost, including the nurses and the devices, is about $600, and so we have a 40% margin on that side of the business.
Sequoia, we can get feedback now, or?
You got 10 seconds.
Okay.
9, 8, you better start talking.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rashawn. All right, so next up we have founder number 2, Pedro Moore, the CEO and founder of Funding Fuel, a crowdfunding platform for franchises. And start.
Imagine this. What if you had an investment portfolio similar to Shaq, who owns over 200 plus franchises valued over $100 million? See, every year, 1 to 2 million people seek out to own a franchise, but only 1% actually does, while the other 90% do not financially qualify. Because historically, these opportunities were limited to the rich and the well-connected. Until now, you too can have an investment portfolio similar to Shaq, but for far less money. What's up, y'all? My name is Pedro Moore, and I'm the founder of Funding Fuel, the first equity crowdfunding platform for franchises. Our closest competitor is Apple Pie Capital, that provides debt offerings for accredited investors. But we not only cater to accredited investors, but also non-accredited investors, giving you the opportunity to invest a minimum of $1,000 in our equity fund to give you exposure to asset classes and categories like hotels, fitness centers, fast food chains, and the list goes on. Our business model is really simple. We take a management fee of 3% and a profit share of 30%. Our team consists of myself, a serial entrepreneur, a former venture capitalist, and I'm also the venture advisor to Dame and John of Shark Tank. And my software developer, Jose Ramon, who is a self-taught developer, was hired at the age of 16 by Discover Bank and currently also works for Chandler Financial. And our advisor, Charlie Chase, who's the CEO of First Service Brands, which owns 10 different franchising groups. And he has 30 plus years in this particular business. The franchise industry is a $500+ billion industry. It's growing every year. But our addressable market is the 90% that do not financially qualify. We successfully reduced our cost per lead from $8 to $4.30 through our Facebook campaigns. And with the $10,000, we want to continue to build our user database up to 2,300 users of potential investors. And hopefully be able to reduce that cost even more. Thank you.
Awesome.
Excellent job. Specific feedback. I thought the way you organized your pitch was amazing and very clear and exciting. Your business model was very clear and pronounced. I like the crowdfunding marketplace, even though it's a little crowded, but your niche is interesting, dealing with franchises. You gave us metrics. You told us what the use of proceeds were. I think everything was very clear. One of the best pitches I've heard.
Okay, thank you.
And to kind of piggyback off of that, I also agree that it was very clear and concise. You went to your go-to-market strategy, your competitors, anything that an investor needs to know, you kind of touched on very quickly, so I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, again, it was a great pitch. Quick question, though. How do you see your year-over-year growth? What are your projections?
I'm sorry?
Your year-over-year growth projections.
Well, our strategy is basically to first get our user base up to like about 1,000 to 2,000 people that are willing to invest at least a minimum $1,000, so we can at least get our fund to $1 to $2 million. Our goal is to basically raise a $10 million fund, so that way we can then go out and buy existing multi-unit franchises, and then kind of build from there. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is founder number 3. Justin Lee, founder and CEO of Zoombeto, the perfect food ordering app for students. Please welcome Justin. Go ahead.
So how many of you guys use food ordering apps? Well, did you know that restaurants use different pricing for different food ordering apps, even for the same products? No? Well, now you do. So how do you guys possibly find the best deal? I mean, I know you guys aren't looking through these food ordering apps manually, right? Well, this is why I came to introduce to you Zoombeto, the kayak for food ordering, where not only you can order pickup or delivery on an application, but you can also find the best deal for your meal from all food ordering apps. Now, we make a commission per each order that comes in through Zoombeto. And prior to our launch, we participated in 3 early-stage accelerators, one being with the National Science Foundation. And we're currently running a pilot on SUNY Albany's campus, which is recently ranked number 2 in the nation in late-night food ordering. So we've been able to sign up 1,500 users on our platform just at UAlbany over the past 5 months. And we've been seeing growth of about 15% month over month. Now, those 1,500 users are about 20% of the on-campus market. This is consistent with some of the top startups in the world. For example, Lyft. Lyft, in their beginning stages, signed up 20% of their on-campus market in 6 months. Now, we have a great team of 3 founders, and we collectively put in about $45,000 of our own money into this. And now, we have brand ambassadors that work with us for internship credits. And with our local success, we caught the attention of a $3.2 billion supermarket chain. And now we're looking at a deal for their prepared food section. So download Zoombeto and rest easy knowing that you can find the best deal for your meal. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And judges' feedback?
I thought you did an excellent job. I like the marketplace. What you did in the beginning, which is establishing that you guys are at a kayak of food ordering, made it crystal clear immediately. I think that's a big market opportunity, and I do agree that there's a problem in the market with the different food ordering apps, so thanks for kind of putting that out there. One thing that you did that I thought stood out, you talked about the traction with 1,500 users. I think that's important. You said 15% month-over-month growth, which I think is a little low for a company at your stage. You should be getting north of 25%. But you guys have skin in the game, brand ambassadors, and it sounds like you have a pretty big pipeline, so I think that number is going to double and triple in the next couple of months anyway. So overall, I think you did a great job.
All right, thank you.
And I would echo that. I love the fact that you went ahead and told us exactly what it is you were trying to do and how you were going to solve the industry problem as far as what the food industry needs. I love the kayak model. That's something all of us understand as far as a consumer. I also love that your team itself is perfect for this, and I like how you guys actually, or you talked about a little bit why your team is perfect for this actual problem. I also think that the food industry is very large, and I think that going into a market where you're able to kind of get a return on your investment really early is very smart, and I think that it's a great product.
Thank you.
Yes, to reiterate, you definitely understand your market space, you understand your target audience, you understand, again, using the kayak analogy, you understand the empathy for the customers to try and figure out all these different apps and really consolidate a market that needs consolidation. Overall, great presentation, you know your space, and you've got the right team.
All right, thank you.
I think it's going to be a little. I'm sorry. I think it's going to be a little difficult just because of how much money in marketing the food ordering apps are putting out there for you guys to acquire customers. So I'd be curious to know what the plan is on customer acquisition, what the cost is associated with it. The brand ambassadors or association with Damon John will help, but I think this is going to be a very expensive business to get off the ground. But I do think once you get off the ground, it may be something that's profitable.
And the right partners can help you with that.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. So our first challenger is Paul Francis, CEO and co-founder of KIGT, a manufacturer of smart charging stations for electronic vehicles. Please welcome Paul.
So am I supposed to pick someone to challenge? Is that how this works?
Nope, you have your 2 minutes to go. Ready and start.
How many of you have ever been running late for work? You're running around in your house, accounting for traffic, and damn, your gas light's on when you get in the car, right? Who's been there? Well, at Kidget, we bring the fueling station to you. We make the pound-for-pound smallest, fastest charging station for your electric car. And we put them in places where you park your car the most, at home and when you're on the go. They have over 30 makes and models on the road today and over 1 million vehicles that plug in the U.S. And our charge station enables you to charge with all of them. Right? For example, we have the first ever touchscreen charging station that allows you to schedule your car to charge up at home when electricity costs less during off-peak times. Additionally, we do make a commercial charging station that's Wi-Fi, that's cellular connected. When you talk about the other commercial chargers out there, they're often Wi-Fi and they're more vulnerable for hackers, where our cellular connected adds an extra layer of security to protect your billing information. One cool thing that we're doing is that as a black-owned manufacturer, the only one in the industry, we're available for the set-aside dollars that utilities and energy companies and governments must spend on with diverse firms. Currently, we have projects going on at Alabama and Georgia Power's Innovation Center. We have a cool microgrid project happening at UC Riverside where our charge stations are connected to solar and a 0.5 megawatt of battery storage. We also get to make money there every time someone plugs in, right? Each charge station can make up to $5,000 a year. We're on pace with private contracts to do over $1 million in revenue next year. We currently have installs happening at a hospital at Dodger Stadium. We're currently working with McDonald's that we're doing installs at as well. And so as a team, our CFO, he manages $50 million in McDonald's franchises where we'll be installing soon. Our CTO has built a hybrid from scratch, and myself, I have over 9 years of experience in the industry working with cities and doing pilot projects where our charge stations help cars provide power back to your home. Thank you.
Awesome. And judge feedback?
I couldn't hear part of the beginning, so it's a little unclear to me whether you guys are mobile station or mobile where you come to the customer, or if you are stations where they go to you. So I'm a little unclear on that. But from the sounds of your business, it sounds like you guys are a manufacturing business. Sounds kind of like an expensive business to get into with revenue streams that aren't necessarily guaranteed until you become like a household name. So to me, the business model is expensive. Manufacturing is very different than software, right? So it's an expensive CapEx in the beginning with unproven marketplace that you guys are entering against competitors that all have billions of dollars that they're putting into this particular solution. I think about who you would be competing with. So for me, the business model is a little challenging, but it would be something that I would have to wait and see how it works out, you know, probably the next stage of an investment. As an earlier investor, I probably wouldn't be interested in that.
This also, I agree, this is a very difficult industry to get into. I'd be curious to know if someone like a Tesla decides to get into this, knowing that they already have a user base and they already have installments in the home, they decide to get into the solar space. How would you kind of combat that or deal with a competitor of that stature?
We had a conference call with Tesla a couple weeks ago. So right now, they're all inclusive and they're vertically stacked. When you talk about how they do their charging infrastructure, we indirectly compete with them. So Tesla chargers are for Tesla cars only, where ours service Toyotas, Chevys, things of that nature, where we don't compete with them because they're more focused on servicing their product model and customer base.
So does your business model account for other revenue streams besides charging and infrastructure?
So for example, we directly sold 10 charge stations to the University of Laverne. Now they pay us an annual software management fee. And additionally, when folks plug in, like we said, we charge. And then we're also working with contractors and installers where they have us as a manufacturer. They go out for bids, and we sell them charge stations directly. And we're also working with a couple car dealerships like a CarMax, where they include the chargers with the financing of the vehicle.
Okay, perfect. That's time. All right. So who do you want to challenge?
He just went. My man right there.
All right, AD.
Cool. So
All right. So he has a 1-minute lightning pitch to save his seat. You ready?
yes. So I want you to think about this. Research shows that patients who do cardiac rehab live 5 years longer. What does 5 years mean to you? How many more birthdays? How many more anniversaries? How many more chances to say, I love you? Now, the fact that's what we're fighting for at Moving Analytics. And, when eventually you have someone in your life who suffers from heart disease, we winning this competition is going to make sure that they're going to get the help they need. So, thank you.
Awesome. All right. So everybody got their visible apps downloaded? Yes? Hands up if you have your apps downloaded. All the way up. I got to see these hands so I know that it's an even playing field. Thank you. Let there be light. Perfect. All right. So we've got AD and Paul. So you guys go ahead and place your votes. Is there like some dun 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 dun? They killed me with this. Okay. So it only says number 1 and number 2 on the app is what I'm hearing. So I'm going to wait for a verdict for a couple seconds. And if not, I'm going to do this Apollo style. And I'm going to do those hand claps, okay? Because it's going to confuse the tallies. So I'm going to give them, because they're going to enter them, because the tallies are doing the math in the back. Thank you. I love the audience feedback. All right, your guys' names are in there. I need some music to let them vote. Jen, we got some music back there?
Hey, Sequoia.
Yep.
After each pitch, can you give us a minute to take notes before we give the 2-minute feedback?
Yeah.
All right, because things are going real fast and we're a little slow over here. So.
Sounds good. There we go. We're going to give you guys a couple minutes to do that. So you guys do what you need to do to get it up. And as soon as they come out with the results, then we will know who wins. Paul, AD. I'll do it Vanna White style. Paul. Say the vote. 50-50? Ooh. Then we definitely would be going Apollo if it's 50-50. 30 more seconds. Get your votes in. All right. Ooh. Okay, so the results are with, it just changed on me. The results are with 61, it changed on me again. Y'all stop voting. The results are with 57% Paul Francis. AD, please return to your seat. Thank you. All right. Next up is
I think we need a recount on that one.
It's the audience vote. What do you do?
Was that the Electoral College or the popular vote? I'm just curious.
Rashad throwing shots. All right. Let's get into this. So our next challenger is Celicia McNeil, co-founder and CEO of Freya, a wearable cooling technology designed to address the revenges of overheating during menopause. Please welcome Celicia. Oh my God, you got fans, girl. Here you go, girl. Right there. Yep.
Speak up, please.
I will.
He is taking his job as Diddy real serious. Okay, ready? And go.
Hi, my name is Shalisa McNeil, and I'm hot. And so are 43 million other women in the US and 475 million women globally. And no, that is not a good thing. But I have a solution. I'd like to introduce you to Freya. Freya is a new lifestyle brand focused on creating tech-based fashion accessories to combat the ravages of hot flashes in menopausal women. Freya, which means cold in Spanish, is the integration of beautiful fashion jewelry with passive nanothermal cooling technology. The buying power of our target audience in the jewelry segment is more than $40 billion annually. And I can promise you this, we'd spend whatever to get some relief, taking these hot flashes from miserable to manageable. Right now, there are no actual direct competitors. However, in the competitive space, what they're offering is either inconvenient, complicated, or just plain ugly. Our team has more than 50 years experience in technology, finance, marketing, product development, and yeah, that's enough for that. Right now, we have raised approximately $50,000 between angel investment and skin in the game, which brought us to our product development stage. We're asking for $450,000 to continue product development, to fund 12 months of operations, and also to give us capital to purchase materials. In exchange for that, we're offering a 24-month convertible note at 8% or a 5% equity stake. Yes, we are pre-revenue. However, our revenue model includes both B2B and B2C platforms. We estimate with just a 3% of the market, we can have over $96 million in sales annually. Thank you.
Awesome.
I love the energy. It's so entertaining. I'll try to stick to the business at hand here. So a couple things that were unclear to me. In the beginning, you said you were a lifestyle brand, but then I heard you say you guys sold jewelry with cooling capabilities.
Yes.
So when I think of lifestyle brands, I think of the Skim. I think of places that do multiple things for a movement and monetize in multiple ways. But what it sounds like is you guys are a manufacturing or e-commerce company focused on women who have hot flashes.
Well, that's not all we're focused on.
Okay.
So my pitch was only 2 minutes.
Okay.
We are considering the entire life stage of menopause.
Okay.
We are also creating apparel. We also have a platform that's called Freya Magnificence, where we provide what's it called? Retreats for women, giving them the opportunity to learn more about this stage of life. It has such a negative connotation and a negative narrative. Our goal is to change that. So we have several revenue streams.
I want to make sure guys get a chance to comment. You don't need to elaborate more. I'm just telling you feedback based on the 2-minute pitch.
Okay.
So when people say there are no competitors, that automatically means there are at least 10 competitors. That's just from my experience. And then you said your team had tech, finance, and marketing experience, but I don't hear lifestyle brand experience or jewelry manufacturing experience. And I do like that you gave details about the round, and you guys do have some pre-sales, so I think those are positives on it. Overall, there are a few gaps in the story and the business and how you delivered it. It's probably better than how you described it, but I think there are a few gaps.
So I love the name, the Spanish connotation, I like that a lot. I will admit I'm not too privy to this space. I don't know that much about it, but I do like what you're trying to do. And from my understanding, now that you've clarified, it sounds like you're trying to build community for women at this stage of their life.
Yes.
I think that's a hot pocket. I think there's a lot of opportunity there, but I think there were a couple of plot holes. So for me, I just need a little bit more information.
Okay.
Same here. I'm not really an expert in that space, but I know older women, and it's something that they do struggle with, and they do want a solution to, and a lot of the solutions today are not very good. They're either hormones or some type of other type of treatments that have bad side effects. I like what you're doing. Need more information. 2 minutes, as I know, it's hard, but there's definitely missing gaps in the.
The passion was great.
Exactly.
You just need to match the content of what you said with the delivery.
Yeah, I got nervous
Then
and
you're
skipped
good.
over some key stuff, but I understand.
no.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the judges a couple minutes to take notes. Yeah, listen. She a nervous wreck. She like, just let me go sit.
Yes.
You should have wore the product on stage. That would have been. Oh, is that it right there? Okay, you are wearing it. Why didn't you say that?
Okay, but we're moving on. So,
All No props. No props. Got it.
so there's that. Okay, so who would you like to challenge, Shalisa?
I'll just Pedro.
Pedro, come on up. Salisha, you can take his seat.
I'm just moving in the right order. Thank you.
Shalisa, you can go ahead and sit in his seat right there. Yep. Cool. And ready? Begin.
Again, my name is Pedro Moore, founder of Fund a Few, the first equity crowdfunding platform for franchises. And I need you guys' help to help me make history here. What I'm trying to achieve is the same thing that happened in 1960 with REITs, but even bigger than that, similar to basically helping us build a community. Actually, take a second to imagine our community being able to benefit through community ownership and franchises. Franchises are our asset class that we interact with on a weekly basis. And if our own community can benefit from that by owning an asset that they interact with on a regular basis and they be able to earn passive income, how that will impact their mindset, shifting their mindset to an ownership mentality. And Fund a Few will basically be able to do that because they can invest small amounts of money into our equity fund and be able to earn passive income through those capital distributions in companies such as McDonald's, excuse me, not Chick-fil-A, but Popeye's Chickens, Marriott Hotel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And thank you. And vote for Pedro and vote for Fund a Few. Thank you.
I love it. He saw that clock and he was like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Done. Perfect. All right. So go back into your apps. Give them a second because they're putting their names in. So Pedro and Shalisa. Shalisa, can I have you stand next to Pedro so the audience can see you? Thanks.
Can we have a dance competition as well with this music, or is that off the limit? All right.
The votes are coming in. Ooh. 30 more seconds, guys. The way this thing is flipping. You guys are panicking? Okay, so I have to do it Apollo style is what you're telling me? Okay. So Pedro, please take the seats. Alicia, thank you. Now he feels cheated. He's like, well, what about me? They came in for you. They had hiccups. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Last but not least, Kyle Miller, challenger number 3, founder of Good Friend, a service where you can quickly find an order from thank you. A service where you can quickly find an order from food trucks near you. Please welcome Kyle.
Hello. When do I start?
Now.
Okay. So raise your hand if you get hungry before lunch. Come on. I know you guys get hungry. Now keep your hand raised if you buy your food at lunch and you don't pack it. I know you guys buy your food. Come on now. Let's be honest. Okay. So you put your hands down. Okay, so basically our platform is called Good Find. You're able to pre-order and find location, basically vendors near you. So if you're in the city and you're actually looking for something, you're able to go right on the application. You're able to see which food trucks are actually located closer to you, and then you're able to pre-order it. So you don't have to wait in line, you don't have to wait for anyone. You just go in there, pick it up, and you're good to go. So me and my co-founder, he is a CTO, and we basically launched this app, and we launched the MVP website in January of this year. And then we basically took some user feedback, and in August we launched the app basically on the iOS and the Android platform. Now, since then, we have about 400 registered users, and we have about 2,000 paid users per month. And basically what's happening is that we've also gotten to the airport space. So the International Airline Transport Association, they run about 290 different airlines, and we won the competition with them. So now we're partnering with them to take food into the airport. So if you're looking for something in the airport, you can easily go and check it, or order it online, or order it really quickly, and then pick it up right before your flight. And that's pretty much how everything works. Okay, so I'm on time. Gotcha. So pretty much the industry is, right now we're focused in the DMV area. So the market is about, $10 to $9 billion worth of capital for the airlines and the airport, airlines and food trucks. Now for the DMV area, we're pretty much focused on that, and the market is about $5.7 million per year. And that's pretty much it. So download Good Find. You can find it out here and in any other city too as well.
Thank you. And feedback, judges?
Good job. But my question would be, so are you focused on food trucks or trying to alter the food industry in itself? Because I was wondering, something like off the grid, if they wanted to get into this market, how would you kind of deal with that competitor, something like that? But then you also kind of transitioned into getting into the airports and whatnot. So I think I'm just trying to understand exactly what the product is.
Yeah, so basically it's for any small business vendor that goes. So we do farmers markets, food trucks, and that's why we went into the airports too as well. That's something that we want to go into because it's a big market. So we're still leveraging that platform of finding food trucks really quickly and easily, but we can use that same platform for airports. And so that's why I went there, because the market is larger.
So can you tell me about your revenue model?
Yeah, so basically we make 10% off each order.
I love the business. Your pitch was very mediocre, and you could do a much better job with the pitch. But the biggest part of this business is going to be the airport part of it all day long. Like, you'll be able to make this $100 million business solely based on the airport, because that's a way bigger problem you're solving than the food truck thing. A part of the lunch experience is actually going out to these crappy food trucks. But the airport issue, ordering food, grabbing it right before the plane, I think that business alone will be 90+% of your revenue. I would encourage you to position the business a little broader and then talk about the specific markets you're going to enter. Because in the beginning, you said it's basically an on-demand food truck ordering company. But it's kind of more than that, right? So you undersold the business a little bit, in my opinion. Thank you for giving the user traction. It's a little light, so you guys need to improve your kind of customer acquisition strategy. The views that you have per month, I believe you said 200?
2,000.
2,000, okay, 2,000 views per month. But the airport partnership is what you need to really focus on, and I think it would be an amazing business if you were to accomplish that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Give them a couple minutes. So as I ponder up here, I want to make sure, because there's so much at stake, there's a $10,000 at stake. I want to make sure that our friend AD got a fair chance, because he He threw up a fit and marched out, and I watched him walk out the door. No, I'm kidding. But so we're gonna do a re-audience vote with that. So AD, can you come back up to the stage, please?
What? See? And AD, please speak up. I think some people didn't hear you clearly, so speak really loudly into the mic, people.
He doesn't need to pitch again. We just want to make sure that the audience vote came in clearly. So, AD, you can stand here. Paul, you're there. All right. If you guys think AD took it, please show your hands in a round of applause. Okay. If you guys think Paul took it, please show your hands in a round of applause. Paul has a fan section right there. All right, Paul. So sorry.
Don't blame me. Don't look over here. That was them.
All right, we want to be fair here at Black Enterprise. We're going to get an email from you next week. Like, listen, the app wasn't working. Okay, so let's see. Who do you want to challenge? He's pondering like he is only one more person. All right, ready? Go ahead and have a seat in his seat. Perfect, and start.
All right, so just a quick recap. We are Zumbito, the kayak for food ordering. And you're probably wondering by now, what makes us different from our competitors? Or even our competitors right here on the stage? Well, our competitive advantage is scalability. It's scalability. Our biggest competitor, Grubhub, can sign up a restaurant completely in 2 to 3 days. We can sign up a restaurant in under 1 hour. And with a full team, we can add up to 20 restaurants a day. Now, over the next 18 months, we're looking to add 10,000 restaurants on our platform, which is about 1/8 of our biggest competitor's restaurant count. That took them over 20 years to capture. And in the next 3 to 5 years, we should be able to capture a significant fraction of our $10 billion market. So winning this $10,000 will help us move up our timeline by 2 months and start making an impact right now. Thank you.
Awesome.
The battle of the food companies heats up.
People out there eating good too. All right, so Zumbito. Wait, are you guys competitors? Are you? Yeah, that's so funny. Okay. And good find. Okay, one more time. Zumbito. And good find. All right. Thank you.
Sequoia, can we make some comments over here? We're just over here bubbling with comments.
Go for it.
So first, we want to qualify this by saying just because the person wins here doesn't mean they have a better business.
That's very
true. It
true.
means they were more prepared and they pitched better. Because
Very
we
true.
think some people have better business models, but some people are more prepared to pitch.
Mhm.
So I think this was a clear case where I actually like his business model, but his pitch was better. So pitch competitions aren't indicative of whether or not you are successful or you are better than someone else. It's all about how well you prepared for this particular 2-minute pitch. Just want to say that.
Very true. I agree. All right, so we have our 3 finalists. If you guys could go ahead and exit the stage. And judges, if you guys could also go ahead and exit the stage. And let's welcome our 3 judges back to the stage. They gave y'all smooth R&B. And please welcome our 3 finalists back to the stage. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite our president and CEO of Black Enterprise, Earl Butch Graves Jr., to come at this time along with our host from Prudential, Ignacy Connick. So Ignacy has received the name of the winner from the judges and will come at this time to announce the winner and present the grand prize.
Thank you. So once again, I'd like to congratulate everyone who's on the stage. And now it is my pleasure to announce that the winner of this year's pitch competition and $10,000 is, always wanted to do that, Pedro Moore, CEO and founder of Funding Fuel Incorporated.